we wanted to go to the overhook side, as we talked about before, it depends on when he drops you or when you drop him, whether his elbow is down or his elbow is up. And I'll kind of go over the differences. So Corey has me here. Let's switch so your overhook's on this side, so it's easier. So I'm here. Again, I'm doing the same thing initially. I'm creating a pulling grip here and a pushing grip here and controlling. But in this case, we're dropping over to the overhook side, right? So as we talked about before, the problem on the overhook side is I can't really bridge out this way, but what I can do is I can sometimes try and turn, right? So two configurations of this, either his elbow's on the ground like this, which is better control, but not so many, it's not really an attacking position, versus if he were to pull his elbow back. Yeah, this is worse in terms of him being able to attack, and some of the escapes that I'm going to use are not available. So we'll go back to the first one. So what I want to do here is the same thing, push grip, pull grip, and I'm actually going to use my right shoulder to access the lever of his elbow to his shoulder right here. I've done it in the past sometimes. If you can get your head down here, it's good, but not always possible, right? So you're doing the same thing with your shoulder as you would your head. So all I'm gonna do is I control it, here, pull, push, and I'm gonna pull this down and kind of, it's hard to see, but I'm bumping my shoulder up to kind of ratchet his, like he can tell you this doesn't feel good, yeah? Mm-hmm. So from here, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna bridge up and I'm gonna try to pop my hip over this knee, right? So whether you pop through or whatever, I'm kind of levering out. And once I'm here, again, right, you're just gonna frame out and I still have control of this. So this one, you're gonna try and get out, right? But it's basically you're accessing the ratchet lever of his arm. I do this often with my head, and it's actually a good way just to highlight, like, yeah. This is like, to ratchet what's happening is like, if you can get your head like this, it's the same thing though, right? So it's easier to do with your shoulder, and more accessible, but if you manage to somehow get your head down here, like this is a massive pull, right? Like you're just ratcheting down, popping your hip up, and you're getting away. But again, the chances of you getting your head, low-level guys will let you have it a lot, or people forget, but good people won't, right? So I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm just using this shoulder against this elbow here, and I'm pulling it down and kind of, it's like kind of shrug, right? That makes sense? So that's all good and gravy, but if he drops me to the side and this is not here, as in the case where the elbow's sucked back, it's kind of a different animal, right? So if we're here like so, and we drop, and he sucks his elbow back, I don't have, like this shrug will do squat, right? So what you have to do in this situation is, unfortunately, it's just gonna be a grip fight, right? So here, I'm gonna look, I have to break this control, and once these hands are disconnected, then I can do the same thing as before, put my heels to my butt, reach up, and I can pop out. Because there's a weak link here, right? So, and then you would escape exactly the same way, you frame out, and try to your best, right? Does that make sense? So, if the shoulder is there for you to access the ratchet, for sure. But if he pulls it away, the difference is his hands are very accessible there, and you're just gonna break it, and mechanically, it's no longer a strong grip anymore, right? Then you would just expose the same way, and just like most of the back escapes, just get your back to the ground and try to scrape him off.